Hi, I'm Bikram Dosanjh with Real Estate Millions, and today we're with Brian Brown, one of the principals of Lifetime Developments at one of their sites, the very luxurious building, Bisha. Was a huge success. So we have Brian with us today. Let's talk about what's coming up, what Lifetime has brought in the past, and a very big launch coming at very close to Yonge Dundas, a very famous site, the big bookstore, 20 Edward Street, which is going to be Panda Condominiums coming very soon. So let's talk to Brian. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Nice to see you.
You too. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
So let's talk about, Lifetime started off as a low-rise developer. You guys, I know your father-in-law, he's a visionary, along with his partner, Mel Pearl, and they started off as low-rise developers, and what you guys have done on the city skyline has been huge. We'll talk about some of the big sites you've done here, but let's talk about Lifetime as a developer and how you guys started.
So Lifetime started 30 years ago. It's two families that have worked together over the years. It's a family business that's been passed down through the families as well. So I'm happy to have assumed that role with Mel and Michael Pearl as well. We started in the low-rise business about 15 years ago when we moved into the high-rise, recognizing that all the growth in Toronto was really going to happen in downtown Toronto. And we haven't looked back since. Yeah,
which is very true. They're literally one of the first developers to come into downtown and really not just build buildings to build them. It's a lot more than that. The design, the architecture you guys brought to it, the locations, they're all AAA locations. Some of them, let's talk about the Four Seasons, which is right in Yorkville. They built that along with Menkes. They did stuff right here in the Entertainment District, Bisha and Bond, which are two buildings in this area that trade for the highest resale value. That have done very well for clients. I remember some of our clients that bought into Bisha are very happy today. It's been a great investment for them over time, but they've brought many projects into downtown and they always continue to bring great locations. So now we're going to talk about Panda. Let's talk about Panda. I know you guys had the site for a while. It's been coming for a while and now it's official. So there's a lot of excitement for that.
It's exciting for us because it's usually 4 years, 5 years from the date that we acquire a property to when we actually bring it to market. It's a long process. A lot of work goes into it. A lot of different consultants influence the design. But for us, finding the location is very important, but finding the right partners in the project is also very important. And by that I mean the architect, the interior designer, and working with all the different consultants to make sure that we build an efficient building that has longevity, quality of craftsmanship, and great quality finishes as well. In the case of Panda, it's a property that we're excited to acquire. Yeah. It had a strong reputation before we bought it, being the world's biggest bookstore, but it was definitely an underutilized site in the city. It's a large property on Edward Street, and when you look at it from the location standpoint, it's the heart of Toronto. It's located right at Yonge Dundas Square. It's our Times Square equivalent in Toronto. It's the highest intersection, highest pedestrian and tourist traffic intersection of the city. But in addition to that, right at the end of the block is Ryerson University. So when we look at key influences of a neighborhood and how a neighborhood is changing, certainly the schools are a dramatic influencer within that neighborhood, and Ryerson's definitely done that over the years.
And Ryerson has expanded substantially over the years. It's only getting bigger, and there's not that many new condos of the size of Panda that are coming to that area. You have Yonge, you have Bay. You're literally at the center of everything. You could be at all the hospitals. You could be at pretty much where all the retail is. You're pretty much right beside the subway line. You're not even, probably 5 minutes away from U of T as well. So you got both universities right there. You're a AAA location, and you got a AAA builder. So there's a very big thing that I recommend to all my clients, that you have to buy and partner with developers and buy into projects where developers have built, have brought so much to the city. There's a lot of developers that come that have not built, right, and they don't have a track record. So track record matters a lot. And Lifetime recognizes, you were at the event, you were talking about that. You see the individual unit owners as small partners in the building with you, because the sales help you guys to get to financing, which gets the building up, right? So as you want to work with a developer like that, because they also recognize the value of leaving some money on the table for you guys to make money, which you guys continue to grow as well, and then buy into future projects that Lifetime brings to the table.
And certainly, as a family business, our reputation is very important to us.
Yeah.
Being able to build something to pass down next generation is very important to us. And the only way you can do that is if you build quality buildings, build buildings that are going to be iconic in the neighborhoods that people are going to remember.
Yeah.
And also work with key people that have worked with us over the years.
Yeah.
And it's about relationships, and that's
Thank
very
you,
important to
100%.
us.
It's all about relationships. That's one thing I've learned in this business, and even working with developers. I mean, you want to establish strong relationships with developers that know what they're doing, like Lifetime, which is very even motivating for me to see developers like this. I look at a site now, and then 5 years later, you see exactly what like where we're sitting. We used to walk here as a sales office, and now it is what it is. And we're just talking about the finishes. They've pretty much whatever we expected, they've gone above and beyond. I mean, I'm pretty sure even you agree to that.
Yeah, this was it's a little bit of a labor of love.
Yeah.
But it's we're talking about Bisha now. It's a very important project for us. It's very important from our reputation standpoint.
Yeah.
But also, we're looking to see how far we can take the Bisha brand and expand it into other territories and cities around the world.
Yeah, it's the first one to come ever since the Four Seasons, right?
Right. Ever since the Four Seasons was introduced in the 1960s, that was the last time that a hotel brand originated from Toronto.
Yeah.
So we're setting something,
It's exciting.
A new milestone in Toronto as well.
Yeah, and I know, right now there's talks of maybe bringing in a hotel to the new location, or some type of big box. Maybe not big box, but some type of retail, right? So, let's discuss
for us,
that.
all of our developments are mixed-use developments.
Yeah.
We've always looked at how a building integrates with the neighborhood and what they do on the street. And to have a building that has 500 people living in it and just have a front door on the street doesn't really give back anything to the street.
Yeah.
So we're always very conscious of that interaction that goes beyond just the residents in the building. Quite often we have commercial parking in our building, which supports visitors coming to and from the building. The retail on the ground floor is very important. And when you look at our previous buildings, we've got West Lodge and Patria,
which is huge,
and French Maid at Bisha, and Boxcar Social at Index. So that element, that the retail side of a building is also very important to us.
I think it's very important because you can always build condos, but I've realized in resale and even clients that rent them out as investments, people are always going to pay a premium for what the building offers. It's not just 600 square feet to 600 square feet, but it's more than that. I feel like all of this is just an extension of your living room. It's an extension of the unit that you've bought. So having restaurants in there, having bars, or having other type of retail, it brings huge value when you come to resell these units and when you come to rent them out, which I'm pretty sure you would agree to.
Absolutely. We try very hard with the amenities.
Yeah.
We try very hard with the building lobbies. To us, the lobby is really the first expression that anybody has.
Yeah.
So if you bring your family into the building, that's the first expression that they're going to have, and it leads people how they're going to perceive the building. So we spend a lot of time looking at the design, the decor, the layout of the lobby. But amenities are very important because you're in a building with, you may buy a one-bedroom unit, you may buy a two-bedroom unit, but your space is limited. It's not like a house where you've got a backyard. So your amenity space
it's pretty much
is your extension of your backyard. And so, we put in different things like the residence lounge and the kitchen and the outdoor barbecue area. Those are kind of staples. And then we try to pepper in other things that are a little bit unique to the building. And we usually choose those based on knowing who the building is really catering to. In this case, we've got Ryerson students, and so we did a number of breakout areas which are more study-based. We did an auditorium-style type theater room, which could be used for lectures, could be used for watching the football game. So it's very flexible space. But the one amenity that I'm very excited about with this building is the outdoor sport court. Yeah. And that's something that we really haven't seen in condos before, but
I haven't seen it actually. I think you guys were one of the first to bring it in.
I think so. We may be, but it's a great space because it can be used for tennis, it can be used for basketball, it can be used for soccer, and it's really got that flexibility of use, and that's exciting.
Well, I'll be buying a unit, so you'll see me playing basketball there in a few years, and maybe we'll have a quick game.
Sounds good.
So once again, Brian, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Panda's coming very soon. I know a lot of clients have already called me, been probably calling for the last year asking about when is this project coming. It's coming very soon. Once again, Brian, thank you very much. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
You too. Thank you.